Hey there, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. Today we're feeding our sweet tooth with one of the easiest and one of the most traditional Australian biscuits available. It's called an Anzac biscuit, and there's a bit of a story behind these. You that are not from Australia will probably not know, but these were basically a biscuit that was able to be made when you didn't have a lot of ingredients with you while the wars were going on. And they're called Anzac biscuits. And every year for Anzac Day, which is the 25th of April, we have traditionally a lot of people make them or buy them. And I'm making them today. So they're really easy to make. And if you've never tried them, they are delicious. So come on in and I'll show you what we need. Okay, so as I said, they're very basic ingredients because these were made while people were sort of traveling and didn't have really, obviously, a lot of things like refrigerators and stuff like that. So these things are sort of all, I guess you'd call pantry staples, and very easy to use, other than the butter. But they must have been able to keep butter somehow or close enough to it. It doesn't really matter if the butter melts because you're going to melt it anyway. All right, so first of all, you need your oven on 180 because we're going to cook these in the oven. You'll want 2 oven trays, and you'll need a small saucepan and a bowl, a stirring implement for the butter, and handy pink spatula for the bowl. Ingredients are as follows: 1 cup of sugar. Actually, I might just, as I say them, I might just put them where they're going. Okay, so 1 cup of sugar, that's white sugar. Unless it specifies a different sugar, it will be white sugar. The butter, I'll set aside, but there's 125 grams of butter. That's going to be melted. 3/4 of a cup of the desiccated coconut. That's the finer coconut, not the shredded one. Too many different sorts of things now. 1 cup of self-raising flour. There's no sifting needed with this one. 1 cup of rolled oats. So that's what's going in there. You're going to just mix that together and make a little bit of a well in the center. Now I'm going to bring over the saucepan so that we can put the other ingredients in it. Into the saucepan goes the 125 grams of butter, salted butter. It's an ingredient, and it wasn't on my ingredients list. 2 tablespoons of water. Water is very important as an ingredient. And then 2 tablespoons of golden syrup. Fortunately, golden syrup, I've got to measure this out as I go. It's a sticky, sticky mess. I prefer these squeezy ones. To get it out is a pain though. And 1 more. All right, so basically what we're going to do when I get the 2nd tablespoon out is we're going to melt this over the heat. There we go. That wasn't as painful as I thought. I brought a backup one anyway, just in case. Sometimes when things are getting low and you're doing your shopping, you buy a backup one. But since I have porridge once a week with golden syrup on top, that is not going to waste. All right. So we're going to melt this. So pop that on the stovetop on a low heat, and I'll be back. Okay, so when your butter, golden syrup, and water looks like a delicious mess, smells good. Bring over the bowl, make a well. So a well is when you basically push all the dry ingredients to the edge and you've got a hole in the middle. All right, in it goes. So there's nothing fancy about the way of making these, but they are so good though. because you get, when you bite into them, you get that coconutty, like a porridgey sort of taste. You feel like you're eating porridge, and you've got that little bit of coconut, and the golden syrup sort of comes in, and they are just delicious. So just keep mixing it until you got no flour pockets. But even if you do get flour pockets, we do sort of have to roll them anyway. So fear not. Okay, I'm going to bring over the 2 trays. So what we do, as I say, I haven't mixed them right through, but we're going to anyway. So you're going to roll tablespoons. I don't do the tablespoons thing. I just generally go for it. So tablespoons say about that much. Just grab it in your hand. This way you can make sure that it's mixed through. And then just pop them on the trays. That'll be 2 there. This is the best way to mix it at the end. You'll probably get about maybe 12 per tray. I'll be back when I've finished rolling. Well, I only got 17 out of that. I was hoping to at least get 18, but that's all good. So what you do is you flatten them slightly because they will spread, and they're going in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. Personally, I prefer 15 minutes because I like them chewy. 20 minutes will probably get them slightly burnt to hard, which means you got to dunk them in your tea or coffee. So I'll be back when they're ready. You can either do 2 trays where you swap halfway, or you could do 1 tray at a time. I'm just going to do 1 tray at a time just to be on the safe side. I'll see you soon. Okay, so the first lot are out of the oven. I gave them just a minuscule under 15 minutes. And as you can see, they really do spread because they weren't that close together. But when you go to cut them, just get a knife and just cut around there. The second lot are in. I'm giving them about 13 minutes because now the oven's really hot. They're going to cook a lot quicker. But these look delicious. So when you get them out of the oven, give them about 3 minutes and then get a wire rack and put them on a wire rack. And then that way they will cool a lot quicker. And then you can pop them into a container and enjoy them. So thank you for watching this episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. This has been Anzac Biscuits. I'll catch you on the next adventure. And don't forget, if you're enjoying these episodes, hit subscribe and you will never miss another episode. Bye!